कलकत्ता उच्च न्यायालय की उच्च न्यायालय विधि सेवा समिति पोर्ट ब्लेयर में सर्किट बेंच में अंतर्राष्ट्रीय महिला दिवस के उपलक्ष्य में महिला अधिकार पर संवादात्मक सत्र आयोजित किया गया। इस अवसर पर कलकत्ता उच्च न्यायालय के न्यायाधीश माननीय न्यायमूर्ति सोमेन सेन, कलकत्ता उच्च न्यायालय के न्यायाधीश माननीय न्यायमूर्ति शंपा सरकार तथा उच्च न्यायालय विधि सेवा समिति के अध्यक्ष न्यायमूर्ति राजा बसु चौधरी मौजूद रहे।
It is both an honor and a privilege to stand before you as we gather to celebrate the International Women's Day. This is not just a celebration but a powerful reminder of the significant role women play in every facet, including the society, whether in family, in workplace, as leader in various communities and nations. There is a famous quote by Michelle Obama: "There is no limit to what we as women can achieve." Today, we celebrate Women's Day from all walks of life, be it as a mother, a sister, a daughter, a colleague, a leader, a trailblazer who continue to inspire us with their strength, resilience, and unwavering commitment to creating a positive change. In the legal field, we can look to pioneering women like Cornelia Sorabji, the first woman to practice law in India, and Justice Ruma Pal, the first woman to be appointed by the Supreme Court of India, who have paved the way for women in the society when it comes to justice. On this International Women's Day, let us not only celebrate the progress, but also to review the commitment in creating the world where women are treated equally and in every sense of the word. On this occasion, I request respected Secretary, High Court Legal Service Committee to share his valuable insight.
Honorable Justice Somen Sen, High Court Legal Service Committee, Circuit Bench at Port Blair, Justice Raja Basu Chaudhary, Judge High Court at Calcutta, holding Circuit Bench at Port Blair, Mrs. Sharmila Sen, and all the learned, respected officials of the Andaman Nicobar administration, learned advocates, law students, and all the dignitaries present here. Rightly said by Anushka, and it's said in our scripture, Yatra naryastu pujyante ramante tatra devata. Where women are worshipped, there the God reside. This is a historic day for all of us, and we are fortunate that on this International Women's Day, we are having among us our honorable justices of the Honorable Calcutta High Court, and we will be benefited by their views on the subject. And with this note, I thank you all of you, I welcome all of you, and I request Honorable Justice Somen Sen to say a few words.
In the new world, we have coming across concepts like Father's Day, Mother's Day, and many other days. But for a woman, I think for a woman, I think that every day we are indebted to them in many ways. A woman has a various perspective. To start with, she can be a mother, housewife, kind of a caregiver, and also under the Indian philosophy and concept epitomizes Shakti. Even if we go to the ancient past, if anyone has to recite any hymn, we'll go to Gayatri. We have deity like Saraswati. We always consider her of knowledge, wisdom. So if you look at the world, you will not come across any man saying he epitomizes wisdom, knowledge. So women always at the edge, whether it is in the field of art, culture, wisdom, because I think that woman has a power which we don't have. They have a strong intuitive power. Seldom they are wrong in their assessment. And this is in fact, so far as the judiciary is concerned, maybe that many of the professionals, they may not do their potentials, up to their potentials, because of their various commitments. It's not that they lack knowledge. Even we have come across brilliant lawyers, women lawyers. We have seen Urmila Mukherjee was there, then Justice Umapal was there, to name a few. Justice Indira Banerjee, who was from Calcutta High Court and became the Supreme Court judge. And it's not limited to this. Even today, we have both in Andaman, where I am coming to Andaman for the last 12 years, I have seen there a lot of potential from the women lawyers. Sometimes they argue better than their male counterpart, more convincing. They will not give up any point, which is in fact one of the I was just watching an interview of Fali Nariman. He said that he has seen lawyers, he would rather not concede to any point when he was arguing against Sadulbag. So I think that they have the potential and we are indebted to them, because you see that in Bengali we call, so far as a child and the mother is concerned, Nari Shomporko, this umbilical cord. Only that is why they have I feel that they have a first right over the child because of this. So you dissect it to give him the child, and the child owes her existence or his existence to the mother. Because in the womb, the mother takes the care, it's not the father or the male counterpart. So I thank especially Justice Shampa Sharkar, a very successful lawyer and then became a judge. I know her for many years. She has fought through. I have seen her resilience, fighting spirit, argued many matters before me, and is an extremely good judge. So I think this is the best day or the right time in acknowledgement of Justice Sharkar and all the women who are present here, that I bow down to the women force and I acknowledge their potentiality, their wisdom, their intelligence, their perseverance, I would say. Thank you for inviting Justice Sharkar. Thank you.
The sheer appearance of the ladies in front of me reinforces my confidence in myself. We complement each other. We are there for each other. Today we rise when women support women. I have seen it is very fancy to have a slogan for every particular occasion, for these days, for any campaign. So I have framed a slogan for our meeting today, for this day. Her respect, her voice, her future. So I take this opportunity now to share my views, my pains, my experiences as a woman. 8th of March is the day, once again we have gathered here today to celebrate International Women's Day. Now, International Women's Day is the date when we take a stock. We celebrate our achievements. We discuss the progress we have made in the political, social, economic fields, and we introspect to find out where we have gone wrong. What are the problems that we still face? What are the challenges still awaiting us? It is a day which is truly inclusive. Women from all walks of life, diverse, different kinds of women from different race, background, opportunities, work, environments, etc. And it is an eclectic moment where the entire world, women of the entire world get together on this day to make unto ourselves promises, to find out where we have gone wrong. It is a collective global activism. It is the platform. It can happen at home. 5 women can get together at home if they don't have access or exposure to the outside world and discuss their problems. Find out how they are going to combat their problems. It can happen in a workplace. It can happen in a community. It can happen beyond. We have, I am sure most of us, from yesterday onwards, have participated in numerous these kind of programs. And everybody with one theme, that we are celebrating ourselves. We want to find out what we deserve. We want to ensure that we get what we need and deserve. So every discussion, every platform, every participation is a small step towards the achievement of the final goal. Often people have mocked us. Oh, so only 8th March. It's only on 8th March. Then what happens to the rest of the days? My answer would be, pray do not mock me. 8th March is not the goal. 8th March is the reminder. The goal is trying to achieve what we decide on 8th March through the next 364 days following the next 8th March. That matters. We highlight and we will highlight the problems. Gender violence still is a very, very serious issue. We have seen, experienced, it happens all the time. Unequal opportunities, unequal representation at workplaces, unsafe work conditions are part of the problems that we still face. There has been progress, but it is not enough. So does observing this day help? My answer would be yes, it does. It is a symbolic gesture. The decisions we take today, the problems that we identify today, we will try to visualize and realize those decisions and solve those problems in the next year. When we come back on the 8th of March 2026, we will see that we have progressed further from where we stand today. That is why 8th March is important. It is the platform. We must make gender equality an everyday conversation. We must raise challenging voices, and not in the month of March alone, throughout. We should hold leaders, institutions accountable. Women must support women. We have to uplift our women in every practical way. Justice is not a principle, it is a promise. As a woman and as a judge, I stand for fairness, for voices that must be heard, and for rights that must be protected. Every woman, this is for all of you, every woman, know your worth. Claim your space and let nobody silence you. No permission needed, no limits given. Law is not a privilege, it is your right. Today we celebrate, but every day we uphold justice for ourselves and for generations to come. If we look at history, the roots of International Women's Day goes back right to the 1900s, a period of intense industrialization and social activism when women demanded better pay, fair pay, and suffrage. The first official National Women's Day was observed in 1909 when the Socialist Party of America honored the labor movement, which was led by 1,500 garment workers who were women. The idea of celebrating women's struggle and courage every year was recommended by Clara Zetkin, a German sociologist. It took shape in the year 1911 when the first International Women's Day was celebrated. The major turning point came in 1975 when the United Nations formally recognized International Women's Day by incorporating it into the global agenda for gender equality. In 1977, the United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution calling upon the member states to declare 8th March as the official day for women's rights and world peace. Since then, International Women's Day evolved into a powerful platform for advocacy, policy making, and social change. The Beijing Declaration is the first formal document which highlighted 12 criteria to analyze whether we were taking good care of our women. It gave steps that the government should, each government of the countries, the member nations, should follow with regard to highlighting the problems of women and solving those issues. Every year, Women's Day has a theme. This year's theme is Accelerate Action, which emphasizes an urgent need to take a decisive step towards achieving the goal of gender equality and find reasons for the slow progress. The theme Accelerate Action is an official call worldwide to acknowledge strategies, resources and activities that would positively enhance women's advancement and support and elevate their implementation. The United Nations elaborated on this theme, and the theme of the United Nations is for all women and girls, rights, equality and empowerment. Now for the girls and women to know that they are truly empowered depends on how successfully she can exercise her choice of freedom, thought, conscience, religious practices and beliefs, sexuality and reproductive choices. How well she is able to realize her full potential in society and shape her life in the community with others. The greatest lesson for a woman is for her to learn that what she needs, she has it all within herself. From the pre-independence era, Sarojini Naidu and Basant, Kamala Devi Chattopadhyay played pivotal roles in advocating women's rights. One of the earliest celebrations were women of Mumbai in 1917, where they marched the streets of Bombay for claiming equal right to vote. Then came the independence, our constitution made realizing the disparities in the socio-economic condition of women, constitutional protections were given. Then came the establishment of Women's Commission, then reservation of women in the Panchayati Raj institutions for local self-government. Thus, legislations were also promulgated, and you all know that, we all know the laws in place is how to claim the law, reclaim ourselves and get our rights. The central vision would be to empower the next generation, the young women and girls as catalysts for lasting change. Feminism is not about making a woman strong. Women are already strong. It is about changing the way the world perceives the strength. Over the last few decades, there have been influential and powerful women in India, from social leaders to actresses, scholars, musicians, sportswomen, scientists, lawyers. India has seen a surge of local women-driven efforts. Self-Employed Women's Association, founded by Ella Bhatt, played a crucial role in empowering women through economic self-sufficiency and collective action. Getting a 20% discount in Ritu Kumar and Biba is not what we are looking for. We have to sensitize how people react to us by acknowledging what we have within and by giving us what we have a right to. Now, if I just digressing, I'll give you an example. When we were all preparing yesterday for the events today, so minute by minute program and what will happen, I had gone to the circuit house and my PA, Manoj, he said he will come with the papers. I was resting. He went and told the person at the reception in the circuit house, I have to meet Justice. The man gives me a call in my room. I answer. He heard a lady's voice and he said, Saab hai. So I was a little shocked. I thought he got the wrong room. He said, Saab ke liye koi aaya hai, justice ko maang raha hai. So I said, all right, bhej dijiye. So it is not his fault. It is the way he has been, the social barrier is such. He is not, it's very difficult for him to think at the first moment that, oh, he's come for a justice who is a lady. This is the change of the mindset, the shift that we are looking for. Similarly, if you I had gone to Delhi for some work, and they receive us at the Aero Bridge. They have a placard, Justice Shampa Sarkar. So I go to the man. He is looking at me. I said, "Chaliye." He said, "Aap kaun?" I said, "Aap हमको लेने आया." So he was very apologetic. He said, "नहीं मैम क्षमा कर दीजिए, हमने सोचा जेंट्स होगा." So these are the little things, and if my brothers permit me, and even if they don't permit me, I will say it anyway. If I travel alone, air hostesses, lady crew, ठीक है, Miss Sarkar, sandwich for you. Okay. I travel with my companion judges who are males. "Hello, Justice, this is the bottle of water for you." And I am not making it up. It has happened, and it has repeatedly happened. So it is this is why we need this day to understand, and that is why I have invited male members from the Bar Association, Mr. Kabir, and we have also invited one of the judges here to speak from the man's perspective. And going back to the seriousness of the topic, I think what we need now is a gender dividend approach, and this approach requires investment in the healthcare, in the nutrition, in the education, in the employment opportunities and skill development of women. This investment has to come. With regard to the women in the judiciary, in the district judiciary, the numbers are heartening. 36.3% in the 2023 report. In the High Court level, a marginal increase. But women's representation in the judiciary is a key to ensuring that the courts represent their citizens, address their concerns, and hand down judgments. By mere presence, women judges enhance the legitimacy of courts, sending a powerful signal that they are open and accessible to those who seek recourse to justice. Women in criminal justice system can act as agents of change and contribute to greater accountability. Women judges bring different perspectives and experiences in strengthening judicial system. Women representation lead to more effective victim-centric response to crime. That is why, and with this realization, United Nations marked 10th March as the International Day of Women Judges. A safe, inclusive, empowered, and equitable world built on values of respect, integrity, authenticity, diversity, harmony, free of bias, discrimination, and prejudice are of utmost significance for a nation's growth. The question is, can this turn into a reality? The answer is, the choice is in our hands. Gloria Steinem, the world's renowned feminist journalist and activist, had explained, the story of women's struggle for equality belongs to no single feminist, not to any one organization, but to the collective efforts of all who care about human rights. Collectively, we can accelerate the action for gender equality. The success of every woman should be inspiration to another. Let us celebrate our strength, our voice, our future. Thank you.
I now request Honorable Sharmila Sen ma'am to kindly come up on stage and give her insight.
More important to me is the Sharmila Sen who I am. Today is International Women's Day, and I am proud to be a woman, to carry the strength and beauty that comes with it. But being a woman is not always easy. It's balancing dreams with responsibilities and expectations like a graceful multitasker. I'm an entrepreneur. I work with artisans of Bengal to create handicrafts. I have tried to pursue my creativity with determination and passion, carving a space for myself in a competitive world. My vision drives me forward, and my creativity fuels my success, breaking down barriers. Over the years, I have learned how to balance personal and professional life, always finding ways to nurture my relationship while pursuing my passion. I am also a mother, a role I carried with pride and devotion. My child is my world, and I had juggled his needs, whether it's helping with homework, attending school events, or simply being there when he needed me. I am a homemaker, daughter-in-law. For my family, I try to create a space that is not just a house, but a sanctuary and environment where they can be happy. I ensure that each member of my family is loved, cared for, and supported in every way. Whatever I am today, I would not have been whatever I am today, would not have been possible without the support of my family. Since childhood, I have been given to experience freedom, equality, and independence. Our family's support in various forms, emotional, financial, and educational, and their belief in women's ability to make her own decisions is very essential. This can include everything from career decisions to relationships or lifestyle choices. Such an environment fosters independence and self-determination. Truly, in my opinion, the support of the family can help pave the way for a woman to become a free individual, able to explore her potential without limitations. Let's also remember that this day isn't just about celebrating the women who have made headlines. It's about the women in our houses, in our communities, in workplaces, and in streets who are often unseen and unheard of. As we reflect on how far we have come, let us also remember how much work is still left to be done. Let us continue to raise each other up, to support the dreams of the next generation of women, and never stop fighting for a world where every woman is free to live her truth without fear and limitations. Together we are powerful, together we are unstoppable. Thank you, Namaskar.
Dipendranath Mitra, Learned Judge, Family Court, Port Blair.
Being a male judge in the family court, I find that we must recognize the significance and the importance of the women in promoting gender equality and celebrating women's contribution to the society at large, not only in the legal parlance, not only in the court cases, but as a human being and as a member of judiciary. I find that still there are gender bias, domestic violence, problem regarding child custody, problem regarding maintenance and support, especially for women children, lengthy court proceeding, lack of access to legal aid, trauma and stress. I would like to highlight the trauma and stress because this is the main problem in family court which I have seen. I have seen that there are actually 3 categories of women are coming before this court. The first category who are very much affluent, they have money, but they have come to the court regarding their some personal problem or some misunderstanding, and they are actually with their spouse, they are not willing to stay together, and we try to make them understand to eradicate the misunderstanding and to live together. And the second part of the society, which is a middle class society, middle class people, I find that in Andaman as well as in the mainland, where I acted as additional district judge and took many cases of divorce and maintenance cases, the increase of middle class persons cases are very much there right now, and And the third category comes who have no money at all, and they are the most wretched persons. Sometimes we have seen that some marriage is taken place and some maintenance order is been given, but the person who has been given the maintenance order, he is not unable to pay anything, and he is coming, we are issuing distress warrant, nothing is available to them, then come with the warrant, they have come today to court, and we give some time for giving some money, and say for example if 40,000 is lying due, he can be able to give only 2,000 or 3,000 rupees, and again we have to give some amount, have to release them, because if he could earn anything, then he will be able to give some money to and make some payment to his children or his wife. And another thing, being a judge of family court, I have seen that the children, especially the girl child, I have seen that in the dictionary meaning, women means adult female human being, but as per the previous CRPC or as per the BNSS, it is of any age. And the women, if we go through BNSS or by our previous CRPC, the women of tender age, few days back, one girl came to me and the learned lawyers told me, sir, you please do something, please take care of the girl. So I took her to my chamber and I told her that, look, you are just like my daughter. I don't have any daughter, but my son is as good as you, so far your age is concerned. So please tell me, just like a friend, just like you consider me as your father or any uncle, say what do you want? I never told that what is the problem. Well, what do you want? What you want to be a? He told me that he want to be an astrophysicist. It's a very tough subject. So I am not coming from a very good science background, but still I try to converse with her regarding some science matters, so far so that the girl may take some time to feel easy to contact, to communicate me. And thereafter, whatever I gathered, that she is residing with her mother, but still he has love for her father, but she is quite aware of the situation, what is going on in between the parents. I also tried on the very next date, I called the parents and I told them, say आप लोग का तो ज़िंदगी तो गुजर गया है, बच्चा को लिए तो थोड़ा कुछ कीजिए. तो they actually did not understand what they are going to say, but actually nothing was, no reconciliation took place even in spite of that, and the case is at very final stage. And I felt very pity for that girl, because at her age I lost my father, lost my mother, and I still remember her. And when I can still remember when I was just in the Shamshan Ghat, when I was just putting fire on the pyre of my mother. So the Purohit, the priest who was present there, he was chanting Janani Janma Huvischa Sarga Devi Garyasi. And I still do believe this thing. And again I want to say that something we say is sympathetical, and then we say empathetical. But I think not sympathetical, not empathetical. Do consider as a woman as a human being. We don't need to say show sympathy or empathy. Do consider him as a human being, just like myself or any other male person. And if that be so, then everything can be fine. And I also want to say, share with this audience, august audience, that my wife is also a working woman, and he is residing 1500 kilometers away from myself. And whenever any need, he rang me. And only 3 to 4 minutes I can be able to say something to him, say something to her in any need or any problem has occurred. And whenever any any legal problem came to me regarding some reconciliation, they told me that he is not residing with me, he is residing, not taking care. So I generally tell them that living away from your spouse, then also you can take care, then also take responsibility for her, for your family. And last of all, I should say that being an Indian, whenever any puja we do, there is a very common mantra. Sarvamangala Mangalya Shive Sarvartha Sadike Sharanya Trambake Gauri Narayani Namastute. This is a very significant chant, and we do consider Narayani, that is Ma Durga, as equal as Lord Shiva, in the set as auspicious as Lord Shiva. So I would say from here that we should recognize them, we should understand them, we should feel them just like us. They are not, women is nothing separate from us. They are our mother, they are our sister, they are our colleagues. So we should think them as good as ourselves, and we should respect them. If we don't give any respect to the women, then we cannot expect respect from them. Whenever any case has come to me at the very initial stage, so I ask them whether do you have any respect to your other spouse? You should have respect them. And by way of saying this, I want to conclude my discussion.
Srimati Arkaprati Niyogi, Chief Judicial Magistrate, Port.
We are very fortunate that among us, 3 justices are present among us in this occasion, in this celebration of International Women's Day. It is my privilege to get the opportunity to speak few words in this, in front of this august gathering while celebrating the International Women's Day. This day is a tribute to the strength of the women, the achievement of the women, and resilience of the women worldwide. During the First World War and during the period of February Revolution in Russia, in the year 1917, the women called strike and came to the street on the demand. They gave demonstration in this particular day, that is in 8th March as per Western calendar, and they demanded bread and peace. At the time there was food shortage in Russia due to the First World War. They demanded bread and peace and the end of the First World War. This is the first voice raised by the Russian women, and they took the active role in this February Revolution. To make this event memorable, this day is chosen to be the International Women's Day. That is the background why this day is chosen as International Women's Day. Their revolution paved the way, and the Russian women achieved the right of women's suffrage for the first time in the world. Women are the backbone of the society and the heart of every family. Their hard work and dedication and love are the foundation of our society and community. They are our mother, they are our sister, they are our daughter, friends. In every sphere we find the women. In this regard, I would like to quote 2 lines of William Ross Wallace from his poem. The lines are, "The hand that rocks a cradle is the hand that rules the world." What does it mean? This means as a mother, we nurture a child, and the child is the future of our country as well as the future of the world. We shape the future of the world. Women have great power in influencing the future because they have the dominant role in the bringing up of the children from infancy. Despite of the vital contribution of women, the women continue to face numerous challenges. They have to fight for their equality, justice, and recognition. Women strive to break free from the shackles of patriarchy and discrimination. After we got our independence and after adoption of our constitution, by Article 14 gives equal right to men and women. Article 15 restricts the state to make any discrimination on the basis of sex, race, caste or place of birth. But in Article 15(3), which empowers the state to make provision or reservation for women or children, to uplift the position of the women, 33% reservation has been given to the women in parliament. To give equal property right to women, Hindu Succession Amendment Act 2005 has come in force. This act has given a right, equal right to women in respect of dwelling house also. In Dayavaga School of Law and in Mitaksara School of Law, they have become the co-pensioner, which right was not earlier there in the Mitaksara School of Family. To save from the Domestic Violence and Harassment of the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005 was enacted. To protect the women from sexual harassment at workplace, the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Act 2013 has also come into force. In spite of various legislation, we notice they are not well protected in their work field or in society, and sometimes their works are undervalued. We pledge to support the rights and dignity and freedom of the women. Let us work together to create a world where women are valued, respected, and empowered, a world where the woman can live without fear of violence and oppression. Together we can create a brighter future for women and girls everywhere in the world. Thank all of you. Jai Hind.
I now invite Mr. Deep Kaim Kabir, learned senior advocate, to share his insight.
I wanted to say that, first of all, today there is no way and no place in the world where you can look and not find ladies excelling. When we are here in court today, I think it is important to say certain things with regard to the atmosphere of the court. From cockpits of fighter planes to, in our institution, we are on our way to having the very first Lady Chief Justice of India, who will be the head of all our institutions. Our country has already had one of the most powerful prime ministers who was a lady. We are among the few countries in the world who had the first lady president, and now so the executive and legislature were taken care of. The judiciary will now be helmed by a lady for the first time. But the point is, there is no field. I mean, you talk about medicine, you talk space. Sunita Williams is stuck in space and she's been there for 8 months. I mean, there are certain fields and there are certain areas of expertise, but whatever you look at, women have excelled and women have actually outperformed men. Now, I am in a minority today because I think I'm one of the few male members of the bar, but I wanted to talk about a very interesting set of observations which came from the Supreme Court just recently. The same honorable judge who would be the first Lady Chief Justice of India, Justice Nagaratna, she was talking about a case involving the rights of lady judicial officers, and she discussed in great detail the balance between the rights of a person who is working together with the rights of the family that she is looking after, the duties she has as a daughter, as a mother, as a wife, and the career that she's chosen to adopt. And the beauty of this judgment was how it highlighted these issues from a legal perspective. Now, speaking as a lawyer and speaking more importantly as a criminal lawyer, I wanted to share with you a few things about how the law actually deals with the rights of women. I would like to say that in my particular arena of practice, which is criminal jurisprudence, the law looks after the rights of women and gives them a special status. I do not know how many of you might actually ever face a problem. I pray that you do not. But any one of you who has actually faced a problem where you have had to think about the need for law to protect you, whether your rights are looked after, whether there's something more that you could do to protect yourself or your family. I want to say this from the perspective of a criminal lawyer especially, the law is with you. For example, the importance given to the statement of a woman who is a victim exceeds the importance of a statement of any other person. I mean, the way the law is engineered today on the presumption of genuineness of that statement, the right to life of an accused, a male accused, can be taken away. That is the power of the sole testimony of the prosecutrix. I can see Ms. very happily smiling. She has argued this against me hundreds of times, foundational facts. That is her principal argument against me. So that's just one example. Absolutely. So this is the foundation, evidentiary foundation that is created and the evidentiary pedestal upon which a lady is placed. What I want today is, today we are sitting with a number of people who are a broad selection from different walks of life. But what I would actually like is if there was some way for us to reach out to every level of the ladies, like say for example in the schools. Today in schools, the children who are studying there, they're getting coaching on good touch, bad touch. They're getting coaching on how to deal with issues at home. My wife is a psychologist and a counselor who deals with some of these children, so we know how badly they need it. Now, it would be lovely if we could bring home to them at that age the rights that they have. I mean, when we talk about empowerment, you're talking about making someone stronger. The difficulty here is not about making them stronger. In my perspective, the law exists. It's about making it work. So today, a girl in a school who is having difficulty at home, for example, is she strong enough to go to the principal and say, I want to complain about someone in my home? Is she strong enough, is the principal strong enough to say, let's inform the police, to hell with what your family is saying? I want a situation where all these different legal propositions can actually see life rather than just pages of a textbook and what we stand in court and say. Now, this is from a criminal perspective. You could think about things from the perspective of maintenance, from the perspective of protection, physical security, physical protection, financial protection, residential protection. These laws all exist. The only question is A, how many people are aware of them at the grassroots level? And B, how many of them can actually call into force these laws? How many of them can stand up, go to someone, go to a lawyer or a legal advisor who will say, well, this is what you should do. Now that's why we have these camps, we have this legal awareness. This is all part of the legal services. What I want is this message should go out there. The law exists, and I can come up with examples from various parts of criminal jurisprudence where a woman's rights are protected. I mean, something as simple as her identity. Let us assume you have a victim who has to depose in court and doesn't want to be subjected to one horrible cross-examination by a rude male lawyer. You have the law which provides for it. You have the whole, the victims who need that sort of separate protection and treatment. It's there. Vulnerable witness program is there. You can get a whole new identity. I mean, if that's what you need. You can have the state compensate you in the interim period. You can get financial aid to pay your lawyers, to look after your family, so you don't have to go back to the situation you're in. So the law provides for it. It's there. What we need to do, each of us, is to get the message out there. Now, although the Constitution and its implications in the constitutional jurisprudence are not really my field of expertise, but Article 226 and Article 32, the way in which rights have been read. Now today, for example, the right to sanitation and hygiene, which is so important in a school for girls especially, or say rights for creche facilities when you're working somewhere, because a working woman will say, I need that sort of support. The rights which are there in the Maternity Benefit Act, 6 weeks, 6 months it's become now, it used to be 4 weeks, the way in which the amendments have happened prior to a delivery, post a delivery, the laws are very strong and they are updated regularly in order to ensure that there are no loopholes like this. And today, if you look at it, some of the most powerful judgments we have, some of the most powerful legal precedents we have are fought for and taken, by grabbing them by the neck and pulling them out by lady lawyers. Now, today, for example, I was just thinking about it. We have Ms. Nag, who is the first designated senior advocate from the Andaman's bar. So this is another breaking of the glass ceiling here. When I look at court here, I must say, when we as seniors sit at the back and we know that a particular court is on and someone is not going to be coming in there, you see the juniors coming and taking time. And I would really say it's so much fun to watch the boys, the younger lawyers who come in and say, my senior is at mainland, my senior is sick, and next circuit, and it's great fun. But when you watch the ladies come in, the younger lady advocates who come in, they stand and fight. So if you're on the other side, you can tell the boy, take time, and he will say yes sir, yes sir. But my misfortune is when I appear against the senior lady advocates, then I get a firing from them. If I try to take time and I try to do something, I get a firing from their juniors as well. So this is something where it actually happens because the young lady advocates have the guts to stand up and even open the brief and start on certain occasions, which I'm sorry to say there are a lot of boys who will find an excuse and say, I'll come back tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes. So my point is this, in practical experience, it is there. What we need is a little more awareness. The law is there, and as far as our structure of the judiciary is concerned, I think the judiciary is always there with its doors open to anyone who needs that sort of assistance. So my wife asked me to keep it short. I don't think I've done that. In any event, I would just conclude by, on behalf of the bar, once again welcoming our honorable judges to Port Blair and welcoming all our guests. And since this is an interactive session, I do hope at some point of time we would be able to answer a few questions. Those of us, at least from the side of the advocates, if there are things we can clarify, if there are things where we can shed some light. If there's one person here who has come and has heard something new and is taking that back as teachers, professors, doctors, lawyers, whatever, and you're taking it back with you and that's helping someone somewhere, I think that today's program is pretty much fulfilled its purpose.
As mentioned by Sir, today's session is designed to be an open and dynamic platform where we can engage in meaningful conversation, exchange ideas, and even share our experiences, be it personal or official. Our goal today is not just to talk about the progress we have made, but to actively engage in the process of learning from each other, coming from different backgrounds, and discussing as to how women can and attain, reach the equal respect and right. Since throughout the session we are encouraging open dialogue, constructive criticism, everybody is welcome to share their experience. I now invite Srimati Rita Devi, Welfare Officer, to share her insight on this auspicious day.
As working in the Social Welfare Department, I put in my 36 years of service in the Social Welfare Department, and we have been dealing with all laws which have been concerning the women. So since the time this Domestic Violence Act, this came into force in the year 2005, and we have been giving a number of, we have been organizing awareness camps, just trying to put into the minds of the people, because you can take the horse near the water, you cannot make it drink. So what we do is we reach to the grassroots level so that we can make the people understand what the laws provide for them. When this act started and when we had to appoint protection officers, the administration appointed 6 protection officers to oversee the implementation of this act. So when these protection officers are being approached, whether they approach the victim or the victim approaches the protection officer, we have found that these people are not coming out with the truth. So what I would like to place on record is, although acts and laws have been made to protect the women, but in some places we find that these laws are being misused by the women. I'm really feeling sorry to say that. As the protection officer, when I filed a domestic incident report, I found that it was based only on the statement given by the victim. But later on, when we found out, because the husband was not coming to us, so we could not get the actual truth, we could not extract anything. And finally, when he came before us, we could find out that the person concerned, who was supposed to be a victim, in fact she was inflicting the torture upon the husband. So this is one of the experience which I wanted to share here. And at the same time, I would like to say that all women present here, we are all empowered. We have so many laws, so many rules, but what we need to do is, we need to come out of the barricade that we are women. Let us not celebrate 8th March as International Women's Day on one day of the year. Let us make it a point that we celebrate our day each day, and let us feel pride that we are all women. Thank you so much.
I would like to invite my mentor, Senior Advocate Angelina.
We have spoken about equality. I think most of us said about equality. But my perception is that we actually don't require equality. I am not equal. I am not equal with anyone, any male. I am different. I have my own thinking. I have my own perception. So I don't want equality. I want that my decision, my ideas, my thinking should be respected, and nobody should interfere in my decision. And secondly, what I feel is, it's your life. You have to take decision about your life. Nobody else should take decision on your behalf. All women, I'm requesting them that whenever you feel that you have to take a decision, it should be your own decision. There should not be any pressure. Now, coming to the point of respect, you would be knowing that many of us feel that I heard many of them saying that, see, you should behave in a particular manner, otherwise my respect will be in problem, or I will be disrespected because of you. So you don't allow anybody to earn respect by saying that you should behave in a particular manner. Your conduct, the respect what you want to gain is your own. It's nobody else should say that you have to behave in a particular manner. Your behavior should be your own behavior. Now the next thing is guilty feeling. You might be knowing, many of us know that this is a very good tactic played by I think many of the males. What I have seen in my practice also, and because I am doing the family matters, I feel that the women are made to feel that if they are not doing any particular act as per the instruction, direction of the male member, then they are made to feel that, see, you have done a mistake or you are doing a mistake. This feeling that should be avoided. See, they may say that you are doing a particular thing not as per his wish. It's fine, you are not doing it as per his wish. But that doesn't mean that it is going to give rise to a guilty feeling. That is to be avoided. And the next point what I am going to submit is relating to responsibility. I have seen people saying, generally the husband would say to the wife that you are my responsibility. This word I hate. I don't want to be the responsibility of anybody. I am responsible for my own act. And your responsibility should be for the safety of the entire family. Because I am not your responsibility. If I am your responsibility, you are also my responsibility. I want a partner in life. I don't want anybody who should dictate me. And we can do this thing, and we should project also. Coming to this particular position and being a lawyer and having a vast experience of being a lawyer, I am saying that we should see that what we are experiencing and how we are objecting to it, we should tell to everyone of our family that this conduct, this particular thing is objectionable, and you should not permit that thing to happen.
I would now like to call upon Dr. Joshibet Vincent, Faculty of NCOL.
I'm here to celebrate Women's Day with all of you today. And I was thinking, what should I say? In the 2 minutes
that have been given to me. Should I speak about the history of how this day has come into existence and how many women have contributed to the growth of this day? Then later on I thought, no, I should speak about myself. Today I am going to celebrate myself as a woman. When I was a child, I was told by my aunt, then when I was born, my father did not like to have a girl child. So this was really very depressing and obvious in those times when we were born. The society in that time were, for boys and not for girls. That I kept in my mind. And though my father did not like daughter, still he taught me, he made me enable. And today I'm here standing before you. So it's not that I would not have succeeded in my life if I do not take the troubles that comes on my way. I'm here to acknowledge all the women that have come across in my life who have been great support as a friend, as a mother, as a daughter, as a colleague. Women are very sensitive. Women are very compassionate. Women at the same time are very strong. And this is what makes the woman beautiful. There was a time when I, as a child, do not cherish to be a girl. Today, I say proudly that I love to be a girl and I want to be a woman in the next time if I'm given a chance to come again on this earth. So that's the blessings, that's the celebration that each woman should have in their mind. And I won't say I have so many things to say, but I think it's very, the time is, we have taken a lot of time. I just want to congratulate each one of us, and I would take this opportunity to thank all the male members in the society who are considerate and help women to come up in life. Do not forget to support each other every day of life. Let us celebrate to be a woman every day.
I now would like to invite Advocate Babita Das.
Whether women deserves equality. It is about how we ensure that equality becomes a live reality for every woman in every corner of society. We have seen remarkable women break barriers, challenge stereotypes, and redefine success. But despite these achievements, many still face discrimination, violence, and systematic injustice. That's why we are here today, to reaffirm our commitment to a world where every woman and girl has the freedom to dream, to achieve, and to lead. Let us not just speak of empowerment, but act on it, because when women rise, the world rises with them. To improve the status and power of a woman, various steps are being taken. Efforts include promoting education, healthcare, and economic independence, alongside laws addressing gender-based violence, workplace discrimination, and inequality. Initiatives like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, self-help groups and reservation policies aim to empower women and enable them to contribute to the nation's development. But what we are witnessing is beyond our imagination. Family breakups, corruption, misuse of power, false sense of freedom in the name of liberation, and women drifting away from our age-old traditions and rich culture. Swami Vivekananda consistently emphasized that India's decline was largely attributed to its neglect of women. Swami Vivekananda had great visions for Indian women. He said, "Women will solve their own problems. Educate your women first and leave them to themselves. Then they will tell you what reforms are necessary for them. Women will work out their own destinies much better too than men can ever do for them. All the mischief to women has come because men undertook to shape the destiny of women. The women of modern India who have literally started their transformation in the name of progress should progress their progressive activities on the basis of ancient principles and also expand their influence in the field of civic works. As a result of this, their family life will be successful and their spiritual life will be prosperous. According to Swami Vivekananda, Ma Sharada is the embodiment of all these principles. Ma Sharada will be the central figure for all women of the world. I conclude my lecture with the saying of Ma Sharada. संसार में कैसा रहना होता है जानते हो? जब जैसा तब वैसा, जहाँ जैसा वहाँ वैसा, जो जैसा उसको वैसा। देखो बेटी, जिधर से जाओगी वहाँ चारों तरफ क्या हो रहा है या नहीं हो रहा है वो सब देख कर रखोगी, और जहाँ रहोगी वहाँ की हर एक खबर की जानकारी तुम्हें होनी चाहिए, मगर किसी को कुछ बोलना नहीं है। May Mother Sharada inspire all of us to become capable offers of service, friendly attitude. Ma, make me a human being.
I would now like to invite Ms. Aksha R.S., Assistant Professor Law.
Beyond just a date on the calendar, March 8 is a reminder of the struggles, achievement, and aspirations of women across the globe. It is a day to celebrate their resilience, acknowledge their contributions, and reflect on the path that still lies ahead in achieving true gender equality. The theme of this year's International Women's Day, Accelerate Action for All Women and Girls' Rights, Equality and Empowerment. It underscores the critical role of women in shaping societies, economies, and governance. Empowering women is an essential step towards achieving sustainable development. Education, legal rights, financial independence, safety are the cornerstones of this empowerment. Every profession, including the judiciary, has witnessed remarkable contributions from women, from Justice Anna Chandi, the first female judge in India, to Justice Leela Sai and Justice Indira Banerjee. Women have played a pivotal role in shaping the legal landscape of our nation. Yet, despite all this progress, the challenges of gender bias, underrepresentation, and barriers to leadership continues to persist. As legal professionals, it is our duty to advocate for justice and equality. The law is a powerful tool in dismantling social prejudices and ensuring a fair and equitable world for all. We must try to create an environment where women are not only protected by law, but also by the architect of legal reforms. On this Women's Day, let us pledge to work towards an inclusive society where every individual, regardless of gender, has equal opportunities to thrive. With this, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the High Court Legal Service Committee as well as Andaman Law College for extending me this platform to speak on this special topic.
Anjali Chaudhary Kabir to share her insight on this auspicious occasion.
Where there is a woman, there is magic. Do you believe that? From the time we wake up in the morning, if we don't plan for what is going on around us, or if we don't plan for what we have to do next, the day cannot start. So where there is a woman, there is magic. And I would also like to echo all the esteemed speakers before me who have spoken, like Anjali Didi and respected professors and heads of faculty, who have said that without strong men in our lives, it is not possible for us to be independent and strong. So let us also acknowledge the strong men in our lives and give all of us a round of applause, because if we didn't have strong fathers, यहाँ पे बहुत सारे strong and fathers बैठे हैं who have brought up girl children who are doing very well today. There are many brothers here, and of course strong sons as well, not only women, girl children, but also sons who are doing very well in life. And when we bring up children who are aware of these things, they are able to bring society into a higher level. So let us all clap for each other. So judiciary is, I will speak for a very few minutes. I've made some points. I don't know if I can cover most of them. So you are in a very privileged profession, all judiciary members, because you deal with your own problems. आप लोग अपने अपने घर के problems deal करते हैं, फिर कोर्ट आके दूसरों के problems से भी deal करते हैं. So that in itself is a huge achievement, that you are able to deal with your own problems and put your own problems aside and then take on the problems of others. I see my husband going through that, but I just wondered if, as a woman, it is so much more difficult to be in the judiciary, because yes, my husband said I'm a psychologist, but right now I'm like a sabbatical, on a permanent sabbatical taking psychologist, because I cannot imagine where I can put aside my own problems and go and deal with someone else's emotional and mental pressure. But you have no choice, and you come every day and you face that in your life. So that is a great achievement for both men and women, and for women especially true, because it is very difficult to not think about your children, अपने घर के बारे में ना सोच के, अपने parents के बारे में ना सोच के, for those 5 to 6 to 8 hours that you spend court में, फिर chamber में, that you have to put aside your own problems and deal with somebody else's. So that itself is very great. So maybe we can clap for that as well. यहाँ पे not only can I see parents or mothers who have dealt with human children, but there are many mothers here who are also animal mothers or animal parents. आप लोग, you don't not only take care of the people who can speak and express their feelings, but there are many of us here who also look after the needs of living things that cannot express their needs. So I can see somebody sitting there who I know looks after street animals or who adopt animals. So that also is womanhood, or you can say parenthood. I was asked to speak about a little bit of my corporate background. Well, I've left that behind a long time back, but I know of a very strong woman who is taking strides, and women these days in the corporate world are also taking huge steps. They are doing well. However, there was one point that ma'am mentioned, and being the trying to be a devil's advocate here, women have power, which is true, but sometimes we women isko misuse karte hain. And that is something that when Deep comes back and I hear a little bit of the matters that he is dealing with, and it is so blatant that we women who have the power to use law in a positive way also end up law in a negative way. We have the power, like other esteemed speakers said, that every day it is our choice how we live our lives. It is our choice how we make our decisions. So it is also our choice how we misuse the rights and the privileges that the government or the world gives us women.
Now I would like to invite Ms. Neeta Chandra, B.Ed College,
to celebrate International Women's Day. So really it's a great pleasure to be here. So be a woman, I'm very proud because my mother is my backbone. She gave her life, the entire life, and what I am here, I am assistant professor, TGC. So it is very proud for me to say that the backbone is my mother and my grandma too. And still now, they are rearing me, they are as a supporter for everything in my life, every moment in my life. So I would like to have a quote, and also I'm a little bit interested in writing session. So as sir says, that is Soman sir, you said that every day is Women's Day. So we have to thank everyone, those who have spoken here, and regarding that women are great. Every day we have to celebrate as Women's Day. Yeah, we have to. And we have to think that what we can do. That is, we can't do anything. And here, as we can say that Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's word, a nation's progress depends on how its women are treated. And give them education and opportunities, they will build a strong future. And this is right. And every International Women's Day give a theme that is accelerate women, and also that, as ma'am has said, United Nations has given the day. It is as for all women and girls right, equality and empowerment. So that reminds us that gender equality is not a privilege, but it is a fundamental right of us. So we should know about it, that is what is our right and what the thing that we have to do. So it is our right. So women are leaders and they are change maker. And it is our duty, being a teacher, it is our responsibility to ensure that is whether every woman is having their opportunity, they are getting their opportunity, or they are able to fulfill it. So let us pledge, we have to pledge here that we will create a worldwide empowerment as a reality for all. So that, as again I'm quoting the words of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, that is dream, dreams, dream. Dreams transform into thoughts, and thought results in action. So it is very true that we have to dream. If we don't dream, that we can't be where we are today. So there are many hurdles in our life, in my life, in my mother's life. But even though she stood as a rock before us. So here, there's a word from me. हम वो आसमान हैं जो पूरी दुनिया को अपनी आँखों से परखती है. That is, we are seeing the world, that how they are treating us. So where we are standing here, what the treatment that we have to get, that whether we have to परखना, हमें परखना है इस दुनिया को कि हम कहाँ हैं, और हमें परखना है उन सारे लोगों को कि उन्होंने हमें कितना दर्जा दिया है. We have to need to see, and we have to support to think about. We have to think and we have to remain in our thought, that is किसने क्या हमसे किया. And we have to not to protest, but we have to show them that is, yeah, we are here. We are the strongest way that we can do anything. That is, we are the strongest rock of ourselves. As ma'am said, that is, you have to celebrate yourself. Definitely, a woman, that is everyone, you have to love ourselves. That is once question is arise, that is, whom do you love the most? The question is, whom do you love the most? Then everyone says, as a mother. Everyone says that as, yeah, father. But from our colleague, answer come, that is, I love myself. Yeah, you have to love yourself. Then only you can do all the household works. You can see that as whenever International Women's Day, if any poster or the wall magazine is there, then the woman, it is with 10 hands, holding everything. Whether it is an instrument or anything. But even though we have to, then we have to love ourselves. Because we have to be very strong enough to do all the works. As we can say that 70% of the work, it is done by the women. So we have to be very strong and we have to dream great. So here's my line goes. I would like to conclude with a poem. It is about my dream. It is about the thing that is when I thought that is I have to touch the sky. अब मुझको उड़ जाने दो. ये मेरी कविता की लाइन है, तो इसे ज़रा ध्यान से सुनिएगा. अब मुझको उड़ जाने दो, पंख दिए हैं ख्वाबों ने, अब मुझको उड़ जाने दो. पंख दिए हैं ख्वाबों ने, अब मुझको उड़ जाने दो. उड़ते उड़ते अब मुझको अंबर को छू जाने दो. That is, we can, if we dream, we can reach anywhere in the world. अंबर को छू जाने दो. पहुंचकर अंबर के साये में पंख जरा फहराने दो. पहुंचकर अंबर के साये में पंख जरा फहराने दो. फहराकर उन पंखों को आसमान छू जाने दो. कुछ अनकही बातों को, that is, we always, हम अपने दिल में बहुत सारी बातें छुपा कर रखते हैं. And we have to shout. That is, whenever we get a chance, अगर कहो कि रूम खाली है और अपनी जितने भी स्ट्रेस को आप बाहर करो, बस एक गाना जोर से चला दो, हम चिल्लाएंगे. That is, no one can hear that also. That is here. That is, हमारा चिल्लाना भी कोई ना सुने सिवाय हमारे. That is about that. फहराकर अपने पंखों को आसमान छू जाने दो. कुछ अनकही बातों को जोर जोर दोहराने दो. दोहराकर उन बातों को मंद मंद मुस्काने दो. That is, sometimes we laugh at our foolishness, and sometimes others consider that as you are foolish. So it is, what are the things that is we have to मंद मंद मुस्काने दो. मुस्कुराते हुए इन होठों को खिलखिलाकर ज़रा हंसने दो. बहुत रेयर है जो 50% वुमेन हम हंसते नहीं हैं. खिलकर ज़रा हंसने दो. हंसते हुए इन आँखों से, इस टचिंग लाइन, हंसते हुए इन आँखों से आंसुओं को बह जाने दो. एज वी नो दैट इज़, जब भी हमें कार्टून मूवी या कुछ भी देखते हैं, ऐसा पल बहुत कम हमारे लाइफ में होता है जब हम खुलकर हंसते हैं, फैमिली के साथ हंसते हैं और हंसते हंसते हमारी आंसू निकल जाती है. तो ये है, इट इज़, हंसते हुए इन आँखों से आंसुओं को बह जाने दो. आँखों से बहते पानी को, दैट इज़, आँखों से बहता पानी कोई देखता नहीं है, लेकिन आँखों से बहते पानी को पैरों से छपछपाने दो. जैसे आप देखते हो बच्चे, जब बारिश होती है, अगर थोड़ा सा भी अगर देखें कि पानी है तो भाग कर आकर उसमें कूद पड़ते हैं. तो दैट इज़, दे आर फ्री, लेकिन हम नहीं. सो इट इज़, ये समाज का मानना है. दैट इज़, यू आप बंदे हो. दैट इज़, आँखों से बहते पानी को पैरों से छपछपाने दो. दिल में बाकी कुछ गमों को पैरों तले कुचलने दो. दिल में बाकी कुछ गमों को पैरों तले कुचलने दो. कुचल कर सारे गमों को अपने फिर से ज़रा मुस्काने दो. कुचल कर सारे गमों को अपने फिर से ज़रा मुस्काने दो. नई रोशनी की तलाश में फिर मुझको आगे बढ़ जाने दो. पंख दिए हैं ख्वाबों ने, फिर मुझको उड़ जाने दो.
In India, I think Sarojini Naidu is the first woman influence many problems of the women and throughout of the countries for this day. So the theme of these days is to achieve the power empowerment of women and give the opportunities in every different field in the world, like most in the education, businessmen, and others field. My other views is I belong to Nicobar, and I would like to say a few words for myself. There are many different work in the Nicobari communities, and all are work together when we meet each other, like fellowships and other programs and other meetings. All are work together, and I would like to say my colleague also here, who always supporting me, Dr. Georgibet Madam, and always help me in any types of problem in my life. So thanks to all for give opportunity to me to say a few words in the International Women's Day. Thank you so much.